musicians, we can have your attention, please. Here is Sir James Wallace.
Mayor Dan Brown, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 23rd Wallace Art Awards. Over those 23 years, they have expanded and modified and evolved quite a bit. By this year, they have a value of approximately $195,000, depending on exchange rates, covering 4 distinguished overseas residencies and cash. The judging process for the awards was reviewed last year, and a revised method was instigated. This was continued this year, as you will see. The process closely aligns to the best international practice, with judges voting independently for each round without conferring with each other at all, at any stage, at any time. The cut-off point, therefore, for the travelling show is the aggregate of the top 47 scores. Catalogue. Now, I'm not going to go into any great details about the awards themselves, as they are spelled out in the handsome catalogue for both exhibitions, which goes on sale at the reception desk immediately after the Mayor's announcement of the winners. I can tell you it's a very attractive record of the year, and it costs hardly anything. Tonight is a mere $10, which is actually less than cost. And after tonight it will be $15. So we are pleased again to add a cross-section of some of the Salon's refuse works in the catalogue. In keeping with the great tradition such as Salon, it contains a number of interesting works which some of you might have thought might have been in the travelling show in place of some that are. But that is for you to think about and consider. But I do really commend that exhibition to you as well. You have to go right down at the end of the building to see that. The travelling show is, as you can see, within these rooms, the drawing room, the ballroom, the morning room, and upstairs in the AV room and in the landing. So when you go up there, you are welcome to see 3 other exhibitions on, as it happens at the moment. Yet again, I would encourage artists to continue to enter into the awards, because even if they do not win anything, they may be purchased by the Trust and added to the collection. It happens every year. And what else happens every year is that often we purchase almost as many from the Salon as we do from the travelling show, which I think is likely to happen again. The People's Choice Award is something for you to decide, and that's where you may find where you differ from the judges. So you'll find voting papers next to the sale catalogue, so they go together. No extra for voting. But do vote. The winner of that award gets $750. Although we have again been pretty strict on RSVPs, we've ended up with the usual crowded melee tonight. So if you really want to see the exhibitions properly, you have to come back another day. However, in particular, I believe you would enjoy a special event to showcase the award winners. It's called Art and Mix on Thursday, 18th September at 7:30. This will be a delightful evening of art, music, and cocktails with unique drinks being created by 3, wait for it, mixologists inspired by winning artworks. I have never met that word before today. Or the people that call themselves mixologists. This is a ticketed event, so you'll find details on our website. And first, I must say again, as I have in the previous 3 years, that we would not be able to have power open to the public on 6 days a week and public holidays free of charge without the volunteers we have from the members of the Auckland Decorative and Fine Arts Society, and I do thank them yet again. I also, of course, thank our judges, Peter Panielski, Terry Stringer, Andrew McLeod, Linda Tyler, and Andrew Clifford, as well as Mana Lung, Valerie Mayer, who is representing, of course, the Fulbright, along with Richard Malloy. They were joined by Linda and Terry for that particular award process. Finally, I would like to give special thanks to my staff, our supporting partners in particular, and council, and Wallace Corporation Limited, without which nothing would be happening much. Our Wines, whose wine tasting I believe continues upstairs, Moa Beer, Fulbright New Zealand, and Hooker Pacific Transport, which carts the travelling show about the country to the various areas. Linda Tyler will now speak on behalf of the judges. She will then be followed by Mana Lani, who will speak for Fulbright, and then by Mayor Lynn Brown, who will announce the awards and open the exhibitions. Hospitality will continue after speeches, so feel free to explore all the galleries in your own time while you partake. It's certainly a fun social occasion that you are meant to look at walls. Thank you.
Everyone, good evening. I stand before you as the sole representative of the judging panel of 6, who are described in the press release as being all prominent art practitioners. In fact, I'm the only one who isn't an artist of some sort, and perhaps I'm up here because out of the gentlemen who comprise the judging panel, Andrew Clifford, Andrew McLeod, Peter Panielski, Terry Stringer and me, I'm the one that looks the best in a frock. Actually, halfway down Mount Eden Road as I was biking here tonight, I wondered if I should have worn my wetsuit and perhaps a snorkel. How I earn my daily bread at the University of Auckland actually makes me one of the parasites of the art world rather than the legitimate part of the contingent of makers in some people's view. Ask any working artist what he or she thinks about art writers and curators, and it will be like asking a lamppost what it thinks about dogs. Everybody knows that old chestnut that art critics are like the eunuchs in a harem. They know how it's done, they've seen it done every day, but they're unable to do it themselves. I do apologise for the vulgarity, but I have a birthday. Suffice to say, unworthy as I am, I'm very privileged to be speaking tonight, especially amongst such illustrious people as Sir James, who has been so generous with these awards over 23 years, the lovely Manalani Maya, and His Worship, Ben Brown. I'm also, of course, obliged to say that the other judges are not responsible for anything that I say, and I am sad to report that they influenced me not a jot, since I never saw hide nor hear any of them. I know that you will all think that it's been petticoat government behind the scenes, and I whipped all those poor males into subjection with my point of view. But as Sir James has told you, we worked in total isolation. And although some of you may think art awards are an instrument of social justice, each and every word had to stand on its own merits. Subjectivity was ruled out of each judge's decision of what to include and exclude by cold, hard maths. We gave each word a mark out of 20, and Matthew here crunched those numbers and divided by 6. As a consequence, the eccentric, the combative tastes and opinions of any individuals like myself got all ruled out, and instead we got 7 winners tonight that we can all be rooting for. I'm thrilled with the results. I'm amazed how such a heterogeneous bunch of judges could come up with this particular result without any discussion. So congratulations to James on the new method, it's brilliant. Curators and selectors of awards like this one have responsibility that derive from their actual power to exclude, so we must always see ourselves in some regard as public servants. only about a sixth of the 524 entries that were submitted had made it into this show. The 90 finalists that you can see, only 47 will go into the touring show. So if you're one of the artists whose work was rejected, all I can say is you're in the majority. And remember, a thick skin is a gift from God. Keep making art. Don't let a flip teacher that may be put you off. After all, if criticism had any power to harm, nobody will ever be tempted into politics. Please, congratulations to all the winners. You have the admiration of us all.
Bravo, Linda, bravo. Oh my God, Paul, what an evening this is. Rebecca, you were right, it is hot up here. My name is Manulani Aluli Meyer, and it is a great pleasure to represent the Fulbright New Zealand Board this evening. That's my job. And we are celebrating the 6th Fulbright Wallace Arts Trust Award, which enables a New Zealand visual artist to undertake a 10-week residency at Headlands Center for the Arts in Sausalito, California. At Headlands, our grantees have a unique opportunity to explore their own artistic endeavors away from the pressures and distractions of everyday life in Aotearoa, New Zealand, and work alongside other artists from around the United States and the world. Sounds like a great opportunity. The cross-pollination of creativity, ideas, and experiences is a core philosophy of Headlands and reflects the core aim of the Fulbright Exchange Program, to increase mutual understanding between peoples for a more peaceful world. Fulbright New Zealand is proud to celebrate 66 years of working towards this goal and supporting over 3,000 New Zealand and American Fulbrighters. Any Fulbrighters in the room? Raise your hand. Anybody? Anybody? Oh, mahalo, thank you. We're proud that many of our alumni are notable painters, photographers, ceramicists, installation artists, filmmakers, poets, writers, and musicians. We know that artists are uniquely able to explore their own culture and to see into other cultures, which are qualities we look for in the ambassadors of Fulbright. It's been a real pleasure to work with the selection panel for my first time to select this year's recipient for the Fulbright Wallace Arts Trust Award from a number of high-quality applicants. We did have great discussions, Linda, and you were part of it. I acknowledge and thank Richard Malloy, the inaugural recipient of this award. Richard, are you here? No? Fabulous, Richard. And Linda Tyler and Terry Stringer, who represented the Wallace Arts Trust for their valuable contributions to the selection process. As always, our thanks go to you, Sir James Wallace, Honolulu, and the Wallace Arts Trust for partnering with us on this program. And we acknowledge your many years of supporting contemporary art in Aotearoa, New Zealand, Honolulu. We also acknowledge Headlands' contribution to this award and superb care of the New Zealand artists we have sent there. Richard Malloy, Mark Brownius, Wendy Rood, Steve Carr, and most recently, Steve Rood. Fulbright New Zealand warmly congratulates the winner of this year's Fulbright Wallace Arts Trust Award in Visual Arts, and we wish you all the best for a successful residency. I will now hand it over to the Mayor, Mr. Len Brown, who will be announcing all the winners this evening. Here we go, Mayor. Here we go.
Kia ora koutou katoa, and good evening everybody. It's a special night here at the park, and so I want to acknowledge you all. Aloha. Kia ora koutou katoa, and Sir James. I want you, Sir James. Stop voice ringing all clouds. I'm just a bit further out, Sir James, because I actually want to talk to you. My job is on behalf of you all who are here, something like 500, and hopefully you can hear us out in the wilderness of the park. But it's my job on behalf of a lot of Aucklanders, 1.5 million of us, Sir James. First of all, we want to acknowledge you. Your support of artists, the young artists in particular, $1.5 million per year through the James Wallace Trust to artistic institutions and to our artists. This, the 23rd Annual Wallace Arts Award, the longest running and the largest in terms of monetary value award for arts in New Zealand, 195,000 as you rightly acknowledged. And I want to acknowledge on behalf of you Aucklanders who are ratepayers. Very recently, Sir James has offered a significant number of his pieces to us to display around the facilities and amenities of the ratepayers of Auckland around Auckland. Sir James, you are a true legend. And so why don't we put our hands together for this? Sorry, no, embarrassing. What an outstanding number of entries this year, 524 from around our beautiful nation and 91 finalists. So my job is not only to acknowledge Sir James, but very much as the meter, the greeter and the acknowledger. So why don't we put our hands together for all of those that entered this outstanding competition for their energy and their commitment. I want to acknowledge the judging panel. Linda Tyler, the girl from Birkdale, you are the bomb, outstanding. To Peter Paniowski, to Terry Stringer, Andrew Clifford, Andrew McLeod, Dr. Manulani, and to Richard Malloy, all of those who did an outstanding job, both Fulbright New Zealand panel members and the judging panel. Can we please acknowledge the outstanding work they've done? A huge job to select the finalists from the 524 entries. Ours is a city that values and endorses and embraces our creative and artistic sense. There are my fellow colleagues who are here tonight. I see Christine, I see Ross over there. There are a number of local board members and I want to acknowledge you too. And we celebrate the fact that in the midst of such an occasion like this, that this city not only celebrates those who are the painters and the sculptors, the heartbeat of our artistic fraternity and our creative fraternity, but we celebrate those who are great innovators in the area of high tech. Peter Beck from Rocket Lab, Fading Masrigi or Power by Proxy. Selena Tusitala, the storyteller, Marsh in her poetry, Eleanor Catton as a great writer coming through, the budding musicians such as Penny Patti out of Solomeo and Ray Chan as a prodigious new pianist and conductor. In amongst the creative sector of our community, who we support and endorse are the painters, the sculptors, those that we're celebrating here tonight. Without your passion, your love, your commitment, your guts and courage, our city would not be the city and our nation would not be the nation that it is. You are at the heart and the soul, the beat of our country, Aotearoa, New Zealand. So we, the community, the council, we set the platform and in effect provide the canvas. We are recasting some of the most beautiful buildings in our city. The Civic, the Art Gallery, the world's most beautiful building in 2013. Q Theatre and Lockdoll House, which is just about done and ready to open. I can't wait, it's so exciting. And St. James that we're going to do. And then...
Yes! Yeah.
I cannot say any more about the St. James. But in amongst all of that, tonight to set a perfect backdrop, the sumptuous park. This is a magnificent building. To all of those, and James, you were right in the middle of it with your fabulous generosity. To we all who supported you to bring this beautiful building back to life and to provide a wonderful blank canvas for the fabulous artistic talents of our community and our city. I want to acknowledge you. 110,000 visitors a year, and the original estimates were about 30,000, didn't they, James?
Yes.
So this is stunning. The community has totally embraced it. And on nights like these, why would you not embrace this beautiful place? So it's my pleasure and responsibility to, on behalf of Sir James, the Trust, the judges, to open these awards, but before I do that, I want to start a process of awarding the prize winners tonight. And so, drum roll. No, that's not much. Okay, so the award winners. First of all, the jury award goes to Stephen Ellis, the Anchor Dragons. These are Stephen's work there. Now, the second runner-up is Noel Ivanoff, Slider-Black 1. This is an outstanding work, precision squeegee, I'll describe it. It is the most amazing work, and so I encourage you to ensure that you look at Noel's work. Right, the Wallace, the first runner-up is Raywin Turner and Brian Harris for Verdubus. Here they come. This is the most unique antenna that you'll ever see. It picks up radio signals and it's extraordinary and amazing. So, the Wallace Art Trust Vermont Award winner is David McCracken for Involutes and Transmission, which is stunning piece of steel sculpture. There he is. They're coming from miles away. Well done, David. The next award is the Fulbright Wallace Arts Trust Award winner, who is Ruth Watson for Tallulah Insurgencies 1. This extraordinarily talented mannequin. The Wallace Arts Trust Kuiper Award winner is Glenn Hayward for 50 Cent against Count of Fate. It's that wonderful little piece of software over here. I can say Glenn, you're probably going to get a phone call very soon, and I expect that our good friends down from Weta will be after you. And the Paramount Award tonight, the Wallace Arts Trust Paramount Award winner is Roger Mortimer of the Otago Harbour. Beautiful work up there. Sensational. Dante meets the Otago Harbour. 14th century iconology. As it is applied to the Otago Harbour, it's an extremely imaginative piece of work. And so is Roger here, or is he quietly making his way through? As he's coming, give him more rounds of applause. I think the idea is to get Roger up here. Come on, Roger. Come on.
Well, I've never spoken to so many people in one room before. This is really surprising. I've entered the Wallace once before, and this time I was really just thinking that my painting gets to travel and people get to see my work, and that's going to be great. So I wasn't expecting to get a trophy. The last time I got an award, I think was at school when I got into my 4th form.
Come a long way.
I try and collect my thoughts, but what's with me is that you spend a lot of time just plodding away in the garage. And I think that this sort of award is very encouraging, and it sort of keeps you going. And like someone said about thick skin, I think thick skin is great, but persistence is the one that I'm backing. So good luck for all of you other people that are in the award in future years. I'd like to thank other judges. And I was actually really moved to hear that the judges it wasn't like a conspiracy. It was really that way. It was really quite moving. And I want to thank all the people that put this together and the hard work that goes into it. And of course, I've never met you before really, but of course, thanks to James. And I might get used to standing up here, but I want to thank, there's a couple of people that really need to be acknowledged, and one is my friend Richard Colleen, who's really supported me with his pragmatism and his warm sort of encouragement. There's Ivan Anthony, and there's my art dealer, Alison Bartlett, and she's been very supportive too. And of course my family. So thank you, all my family, thank you.
So James and I now are going to, having acknowledged the winners, James, a fabulous night. So together, Sir James and I will declare the 23rd Annual Wallace Arts Award open.
Please come up front for a photograph and for arrangements for the celebration today.